last night he stands up with Bibi Netanyahu at his side, and he says this, cut one.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too.
Wait.
We'll own it and be
What?
responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job. Do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
Oh, okay. So, kind of unexpected, America is going to build, I guess, EPCOT in the Gaza Strip. Kind of a Riviera thing. So, what the hell is that all about? Well, let me explain. Let me play cut 2. This is what he said before. Listen to this.
How many people are you thinking about?
All of them. I mean, we're talking about probably 1,000,007 people, 1,000,007, maybe 1,000,008. But I think all of them. I think they'll be resettled in areas where they can live a beautiful life and not be worried about dying every day.
Okay. So he's talking about all of the Palestinians in Gaza going away, going to Jordan or Egypt or anything else. What is everybody talking about today? Everybody's talking about, wait, the United States wants to make Gaza into the Riviera? We are not talking about moving 1.7 million people into other countries. Interesting, isn't it?
Very.
It's called the Overton Window, and Donald Trump has an amazing ability on the Overton Window. Now, here's the best thing about Donald Trump. He never bluffs. He never ever bluffs. Is this something that he thinks would be great? Yeah, I believe that he believes that he could go in, or we under his supervision, and we could bulldoze everything and make it into a nice resort. Does he believe that's a great thing for the people in the Middle East? Yeah. Does he believe we could do it? Yeah. Does he want to do it? I don't know. Maybe. If he's allowed to do it, yeah, he'd do it. Is that his first priority? No. So what he's doing is saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build the greatest city of all time. People will be laying by the pools. A Gazan will come and bring you drinks. There's going to be peace on earth. Snow in the Middle East at Christmas time. It's going to be beautiful. That's what he's saying. Does he mean it? Yes, he does. Would, if he's given the opportunity, do that? Yes, he would. Is that the plan? I don't think so, for a couple of reasons. First of all, did you notice what Bibi Netanyahu said right after? Bibi Netanyahu said, the press was like, would you, are you, Israel would be cool with that? Okay, that's Israeli land. That's what they've always been saying. That's Israeli land. Should the United States own part of Israel? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. From my perspective as an American, no. Should you, if you were an Israeli, would you be for that? No, that's Israel's land. So what did Bibi Netanyahu said? None of that. He said, well, I think it's a really good proposal that people are talking about, really smart people, and I think we should discuss it. Wait. So instead of talking about relocating almost 2 million people, getting rid of the Palestinian state idea, getting rid of Palestinians being in that hellhole, instead of talking about that, instead of, well, what do you think Saudi Arabia is going to say, or Jordan or Egypt about relocating? We're not talking about that. He's moved the Overton window. The guy is a genius because he means it. Now, here's something else I came away with watching that, watching the press conference yesterday. The guy sees things completely differently. He's not a president like you're used to a president. And everybody's going to have to get used to that. He wasn't prepared to be president last time. He didn't know how the machine worked I mean, the bad part of the machine. He didn't know what he was up against. He learned in the first 4 years, and in the next 4 years, he went to school. He wrote everything down. He planned all of this out. He surrounded himself with the people that could execute it. And he is just checking off a list one by one. And it's overwhelming the system. What are they doing? Let me ask you this. With the USAID, come on, seriously. On Monday, you hear USAID, something that nobody knows about. USAID has been shut down. Is the average person standing in front of USAID with Chuck Schumer with signs they made at home that says you can't shut USAID down? No. Nobody at the grassroots level is doing that. No one. So all of these protests are all hyped. I'll bet you that some of the money from USAID is helping plan some of these things. At least the money that was coming to them. So they have no place to go because he's exposing everything. I tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if, and I don't have any information on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kash Patel releases the Epstein Black Book day one. He walks in and goes, oh, by the way, boom, here are all the names. And I'll tell you why I think this. Because look at what Bill Gates is doing right now. Bill Gates is all over going, that was a stupid thing. I was with Jeffrey Epstein, and that was really stupid. But he was kind of blackmailing me because I had an affair. Did you hear that lately? Mm-hmm. So wait a minute. Before, there was nothing wrong. And it went that way for a long time. But as soon as Donald Trump comes in, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, that was a mistake. I was with him, but he was kind of blackmailing. Bull crap, Bill Gates. You are crapping your pants because you are all over that black book. And you know it's coming out. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. We have been talking about USAID for a decade, maybe a decade and a half. And nobody did anything about it. It's right there in front of you. All you have to do is follow the money. This is the first time anyone's following the money. And this is going to happen on all fronts. The Democrats and anybody, I don't care which side you're on, if you were dirty, you're done. You're done. Did you hear about the offer made to now every member of the CIA? By the way, we'll give you 8 months severance if you want to go right now. The CIA, every CIA agent is being told, yeah, because we're reshuffling. We're gonna change the game here with the CIA. These people are not fooling around. You just might get your government back. You just might get it back. And how is he doing it? By looking at things. He's the guy that I have wanted now my entire life. I've been saying, we need a president like John F. Kennedy that would point to the moon and say, we're going there and returning a man back to Earth within 10 years. Except he's not doing that. He's saying we're going to make Gaza an absolute hellhole, a place that has been nothing but terrorism for the last 100 years. I'm thinking about making it into a resort. We're going to build a pool over there. What? And he's doing it day after day after day. This guy is going to go down as the greatest president, maybe in league with George Washington. When I watched that last night, the other thing that struck me was when he was talking about Iran, he actually meant how bad he felt about putting sanctions on Iran. He said, I hated doing that to the people because the people are good. It's just their leadership. And I know the people are going to hurt, but I had to do it. And we almost had them. We almost collapsed that system. And the people have to be free. And I love the people. But I'm going to have to do it again. And it really bothers me. That's true. Everything he said about the Palestinians, none of it was based in hate. He was like, look, they're people just like you, just like me. They want to live in peace. If they don't want to live in peace, then they're going to have to be killed. But if they do want to live in peace, let's help them. It was amazing. It was, I'm not an enemy of anyone unless you're an enemy of peace. Unless you're trying to kill other people. We're not your enemy. And, every country can choose how they want to run themselves. This guy, it just thinks differently, and acts like a CEO. And we've never seen a president like him before. And I have to tell you, so far I like everything that I see. Now, I'm not sure about the whole resort thing, but I'm willing to give him the rope of negotiation here.